There are an estimated 4.7 million of these people in America right now. By the end, you will know whether your cousin is one. You're born as a regular child to two accountants from Ohio. Your parents believe in practical gifts. You receive a Fisher-Price cash register for your third birthday. You ignore it. You take the tiny plastic coins and arrange them in a perfect circle on the floor. You tell your mother it's a mood board. She asks if you want a snack. You say the lighting in the kitchen is off-brand. This is your first creative direction. It will not be your last. Your childhood is spent in a state of perpetual curation. Other children collect rocks. You collect pebbles of a uniform slate gray and arrange them by hue saturation in a shadow box. You label it textural elements, monochrome garden concept. In second grade art class, the assignment is to paint a family portrait. You paint your parents as featureless blobs wearing matching beige linen. You paint yourself holding a giant phone. You get to see you argue with the teacher about aesthetic cohesion. The teacher suggests you see the school counselor. You suggest the counselor's office needs better ambient lighting. Your first encounter with a real wedding is your Aunt Cheryl's. You are 9, you are not a guest, you are a critic. You tell your mother the chiffon bridesmaid dresses are giving 2012 Pinterest fail. You take 37 photos of the centerpieces with a disposable camera. You spend the reception not dancing, but measuring the distance between each votive candle with a ruler you brought. You announce the spacing is inconsistent by 0.2 inches. Your Aunt Cheryl cries. It is not from joy. It is because you handed her a printed list of vendor grievances. And just like that, you reach the most insufferable period of being a wedding influencer. You're a teenage wedding influencer. You do not have a boyfriend. You have a content partner named Kyle who plays lacrosse and does not know his Instagram handle. Your entire relationship exists to generate pastel-themed photo shoots in empty fields. You break up with him because his skin tone clashes with your autumn aesthetic palette. Your personal Instagram bio reads, curating moments, aesthetic architect, bride to the vision. You have never been on a date. You have 42,000 followers. High school is a branding exercise. You run the prom committee not to plan a dance, but to execute a cohesive experiential narrative. The theme is Gatsby's garden. You source 200 yards of ivory silk and 700 dried pampas grasses. The budget is $400. You have a meltdown in the Michaels floral aisle. You fire 3 student volunteers for lacking vision. The actual prom is spent in a corner filming slow-motion B-roll of the punch bowl while complaining the LED uplighting is too blue. You do not dance. You storyboard. Comment aesthetic architect below if this is hitting too close to home. Your senior year, you start a wedding inspiration blog on Wix. It is called The Beige Bride. You write posts like 10 ways to incorporate driftwood into your table settings and why champagne flutes are overrated. You get 11 page views a month. 9 are from your grandmother. The other 2 are bots. You consider this a successful launch. You apply to college as a visual communications major. You get into a mid-tier state school. Your parents are relieved. They think this is a phase. They are wrong. You drop out after 1 semester. You call it pivoting to full-time content creation. Your parents call it a catastrophe. You move back home and convert your childhood bedroom into a content studio. This means painting every wall Sherwin-Williams alabaster and buying a giant ring light. Your first viral post is a 30-second reel of you steaming a linen napkin. The caption is the quiet luxury of waiting. It gets 200,000 likes. You now have a career. You have a DBA. You have no idea what a DBA is. And then you become an adult with the curation genes in full bloom. Your actual wedding planning begins. It is not about marrying a person. It is about marrying a concept. You get engaged to a man named Chad who works in SaaS and has the personality of an off-white sofa. He is perfect. He asks 0 questions. You book a venue that is a converted asbestos factory. You tell guests it's industrial elegance. The deposit is $19,000. You pay for it with brand deals for faux flower subscriptions and artisanal honey. You treat all vendors as subcontractors in your personal cinematic universe. You send your photographer a 64-page PDF shot list. It includes specific aperture settings and a demand for film simulation presets that evoke a Sofia Coppola dream sequence. The photographer quits. You hire another one. You send your florist a Pantone color swatch for dusty blush and threaten a Yelp review if the peonies are half a shade too vibrant. The florist adds a 20% creative director fee. You pay it. You consider this a collaboration. You have 7 different seating chart drafts. None of them include your grandfather because he wears patterned socks. You create a custom wedding website on Squarespace with a password. The password is aesthetic. The registry is exclusively at Crate & Barrel and includes a $700 cheese board. You argue with your mother for 3 weeks about whether the napkin folds should be waterfall or bishop's hat. You win. The napkins are folded into a waterfall. On the day, they are unfolded by a waiter in 7 seconds. The wedding day arrives. It is a content harvest. You hire a separate videographer just for Instagram stories. You pause the first kiss 3 times because the angle wasn't right. Your groom's smile becomes a stiff grimace. During the vows, you whisper to your maid of honor to check if the hashtag is trending. The reception is not a party. It is a series of staged photo moments. You make guests wait 45 minutes for dinner while you shoot candid, dancing footage under a neon sign that says, "Less is more." The salmon is cold. The vibes are colder. Subscribe so you can keep crying about people you've definitely met. Married life is a post-production nightmare. You spend your honeymoon in Santorini editing reel after reel. Chad goes snorkeling alone. You get 3 more brand deals for luggage, for sunscreen, for a meditation app you never use. You buy a house solely for its natural light potential. Every room is beige. Every shelf is styled with a single hardcover book and a dried branch. You have a child. You do not call it a child. You call it the final piece of our organic narrative. Its nursery is photographed for a sponsored post before it is slept in. Your entire social circle consists of other wedding influencers. Your friendships are partnerships. You meet for content coffees where you take 73 photos of 2 cappuccinos and talk about engagement rates. You collaborate on a giveaway, a weekend retreat to redefine your marital brand. The winner is a bot account. You do a wife swap photo shoot with your friend Alyssa. Not a real wife swap. A photo shoot where you wear each other's linen dresses and pose in each other's kitchens. Chad and Alyssa's husband, Ben, stand in the corner discussing fantasy football. Years pass, you are 34. The wedding influencer market is saturated. Your aesthetic is now called dated minimalism. New influencers are all about maximalist dopamine decor. You try to pivot, you rebrand as a slow living advocate. Your content is now videos of you stirring a single pot of oatmeal for 60 seconds. The engagement drops. You start offering aesthetic consulting to desperate brides. Your rate is $300 an hour. Your main advice is to edit out the visual noise. Most of your clients cry. One client asks for a refund. You give her a discount code for silk ribbon instead. Chad leaves. He says he needs to find a space with more color. He moves into a condo with a red accent wall and a girlfriend who watches reality TV without analyzing the set design. You are alone in your perfect, silent house. The only sound is the hum of the refrigerator and the occasional notification from a bot. You try to launch a line of overpriced ceramic vases. They sell 7 units. 6 are to your mother. The 7th vase is returned. The note says lacking soul. You frame the note. It's the most authentic feedback you've ever received. At 40, your legacy is a digital ghost town. Your Instagram is a museum of dead trends. The comments are turned off. Your most engaged with post is still the linen napkin reel. A 22-year-old influencer does a throwback post mocking your style. It gets 500,000 likes. You see it. You spend an hour crafting a clapback comment about timelessness. You delete it. You pour a glass of wine, not for the taste, for the way the liquid catches the fatting kitchen light. You take a picture, you do not post it, you just look at it. For the first time, you see a moment, not content. You go to a friend's wedding, a real friend, not an influencer. You do not bring a camera, you dance, you eat the cake. It is vanilla, it is good. You feel a pang of something you cannot name. It is not envy, it is not a desire to curate. It is the faint, distant memory of joy, unmediated by a screen. Years later, you work as a part-time visual merchandiser for a home goods. You arrange shelves, you find it calming. Your old Instagram is deactivated. Your son is in middle school, he wants a bright blue bedroom. You paint it bright blue. You do not take a before and after reel. You just help him paint. Sometimes you see a beautiful tablescape in a restaurant. You admire it, you do not photograph it. The muscle memory of reaching for your phone fades like an old habit. You are not happy exactly, but you are present. And for a former wedding influencer, that is the rarest aesthetic of all. You attend a baby shower. Someone has arranged the cupcakes in a lovely gradient. A young woman takes out her phone to photograph it. You watch her. You see the concentration, the slight frown, the adjustment of the plate. You remember that feeling. The need to capture, to own, to claim a moment as content. You do not say anything. You take a cupcake. You eat it. It is lemon. It is delicious. You do not know what to do with that information, so you just enjoy it. Tag someone who needs to hear that last part. All jokes aside, these are exaggerations, internet caricatures born on social media and spread like wildfire. Yes, the performative curation of personal life is real, but turning wedding influencer into a universal punchline reduces real people to a single stereotype. Most people planning weddings are just excited, stressed humans trying to celebrate a milestone. Behind every perfectly staged photo is a real person who probably also worries about money, family drama, and if their guests will have fun. The pressure to make a personal day into public content is immense and often unhealthy. So laugh at the absurdity, but remember that a wedding is about people, not pixels. Your worth isn't measured in likes or Pantone matches.